Good afternoon. My name is Gary Crosby, and I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs here at Alabama A&M University. And it is a pleasure to welcome you to this wonderful celebration, the ribbon-cutting ceremony of our newest, state-of-the-art, and long-awaited residence hall here on the campus. This facility, as you'll have a chance to see during the tour, is a significant accomplishment and a major addition to our campus, and will function as a space for many activities, both educational and social, sponsored by various departments, but most importantly, a place where 580 students will call home. We're delighted to have so many people join us in this remarkable celebration today. Your attendance shows your support for Alabama A&M University and her commitment to offering the students the very best. Again, thank you for your presence this afternoon. At this time, please stand for the national anthem performed by Ms. DeKendra Jackson, a sophomore music major, and remain standing for the meditation given by Reverend Willie Alexander of AAMU's Campus Ministries. Ms. Jackson, please come forward.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Join me in prayer. Father, we thank you so much for this occasion. We thank you for those who have worked behind the scenes to bring this vision to fruition. We thank you, O God, for those who have labored countless hours. Pray that you will bless the work of this place. And now, God, we do pray that this facility, this residential hall, will remind students the investment that the university is willing and continue to make in their lives. We pray, oh God, that students will see a great opportunity to grow and learn, develop lifelong relationships, and even maybe in this place develop a relationship that allows them to ask the question, will you marry me? Bless us, oh God, now as we celebrate this day. May we always be mindful that every good and perfect gift come from you. We pray you continue to keep your hand upon the university and its administration, faculty, and staff. Today then, oh God, we pray. In Christ's name, amen.
Ms. Jackson, thank you for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And Reverend Alexander, thank you for those inspiring words. Some time ago, I learned that the recipe for success is to have a clear vision and heat that vision up by taking action. It is because of President Hugine's vision of offering the very best facilities to the very best students that we are here this afternoon. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Hugine to the podium to deliver the official welcome and acknowledgments.
Good afternoon. This is a day of celebration, excitement, and pride on the Hill. On August 18, 2016, we stood in this very place and we broke ground for a new structure on the campus of Alabama A&M University. Today, that structure has become a reality. A new 580-bed student residence hall. As I have indicated on many occasions, at Alabama A&M University, we have the very best students at any college or university in this nation. In keeping with our commitment of being student-centered, these very best students deserve the very best, and we want them to have the best, a modern, state-of-the-art place to live, study, develop into productive citizens in an ever-increasing, globally competitive society, and perhaps, saying I will, as well. Thus, as president of Alabama A&M University, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the ribbon cutting of this new residence hall. We stand here today on the shoulders of those who have preceded us. 10 other individual presidents and thousands of alumni have had the privilege of being associated with this great university in her 143-year history. Each generation was committed to passing on an institution that was greatly improved from the one which they inherited. This then is our time for us to leave a legacy in the annals of the history of Alabama A&M University. This project is an integral part of that legacy and represents the culmination of 8 years of work here at the university. During this period, our finances have been strengthened. New degree programs have been added. We have successfully completed the first ever capital campaign, and enrollment has increased each of the last 5 years with 2 record freshman classes. Today's celebration also represents the combined efforts and support of various constituencies of the university. Particular thanks are extended to the members of our Board of Trustees, our Finance Division, and Administrative Services. Special thanks is extended to the HBCU Capital Access Program of the U.S. Department of Education. Without their funding, this project would not have been possible. We therefore support not only maintaining that program, but we urge increased funding for that program so that other needed capital improvements on the campus of Alabama A&M University and all of our sister HBCUs can be addressed. The design of this building is symbolic, combining the traditional architectural features such as the ornate columns which you'll see in the front of the building and the A roof, with modern features such as glass and the metal awnings. As reflected in the structural design, we use the same approach in continuing to position Alabama A&M University for greatness in the 21st century and beyond, combining the best of the past as the foundation of the greatness of the future. Like projects before, this project has had a significant impact, not only on the educational environment of the university, but also an economic impact for Madison County, the city, but particularly North Huntsville. The construction of the new residence hall and major infrastructure upgrades resulted in an economic impact of $60 million, created 600 new jobs, and generated tax revenues of $2.1 million. Each of you here today played a very significant role in this project in the life of the university, and we thank you for your presence. At this time, I would like to recognize the members of our Board of Trustees that are here and other special guests that are not on the program. We would ask that you would hold your applause until all persons have been recognized. First, the Honorable Congressman Mo Brooks. Congressman Brooks, please stand. For your applause, thank you. Trustees, Chris Robinson, Ginger Hopper, Perry Jones, Kevin Ball, Dr. Wayne Watts, Dr. Jeanette Jones. Thank you. First Lady Abigail Hugine, Miss Aaliyah Riley, Miss AAMU, Dr. Robert Altenkirk, President, University of Alabama in Huntsville, Mr. Chris Lewis, Interim President of J.F. Drake State Community College, representatives of Turner Construction Company, representatives of Moody Nolan Architects, the Fight Construction Company representatives. If we have any members of the AAMU Foundation Board of Directors, members of the clergy, all of our community partners and supporters, members of the President's Cabinet, our deans and other administrators, my esteemed colleagues, the faculty of Alabama A&M University, all of our faculty members, our staff members, retirees of Alabama A&M. Are there any members present of the Normal Legacy Society? Will all of the alumni of Alabama A&M University please stand and be recognized? All of our alumni. And with the very best students that exist anywhere in this nation, the students of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University, please stand, all of our students. Again, welcome to the ribbon cutting, and thank you for your continued support of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University.
Thank you, Dr. Hugine. At this time, I'm going to ask two of the very best students to come forward and deliver remarks with respect to the impact of this building, this residential facility, on the student body. Mr. Julian Griffith Battle serves as the 2017-2018 Executive President for the Student Government Association, followed by Ms. Miracle Miller, who is a current resident of the building. Mr. Battle, would you please come forward?
Good afternoon. I am Julian Griffith Battle, a senior accounting major from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Student Government Association President here at Alabama A&M University. As a junior, I had the pleasure and the honor of attending the groundbreaking ceremony of the new residence hall, and now here I am standing today as the leader of the student body at the ribbon cutting ceremony. It has been truly a fulfilling experience. When I think of the new residence hall, I'm reminded of the beauty of Alabama A&M. I'm reminded of the growth of Alabama A&M, and I'm also reminded of the leadership of Alabama A&M. On behalf of the student body, I would like to thank President Andrew Hugine Jr. and the Board of Trustees for all of your hard work, all that you do to continue to enhance the student experience here at Alabama A&M. Now, I am a graduating senior, so I am a little jealous, but I am sure that our students will continue to enjoy the new residence hall for years and years and many more years to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank Dr. Crosby for giving me the opportunity to speak before you today. My name is Miracle Miller, and I'm a senior majored in communications media, concentration and performance, minor in psychology with a 3.4 GPA. I've been a resident assistant for the past 3 years and recently assigned to the new student residence hall. I love working and living in the new students resident hall because of the several features it has to offer students. A non-traditional living environment for male and female students, ID card access to enter the building in your room, which encourages students to have a current student ID, a safety feature for the students, a feature that makes us all feel safer. The laundry rooms have been outfitted with washers and dryers that are free to current residents. Soon, with the use of the app Laundry View, it'll be able to tell us via text message that our washer-dryer cycle is complete. Modern furniture and equipped with full-size refrigerator and microwave for each suite. The new student residence hall is also outfitted with cameras and Wi-Fi for our student safety and access to the internet. In addition to all the features I have mentioned, the lobby entrance and student suites are beautifully designed. I am fortunate, like many other students, to still be here at Alabama A&M University to see some of the Capitol building projects come to fruition. I would like to thank the Board of Trustees, First Lady Abigail Hugine, President Hugine and his cabinet for continuing to provide opportunities and resources for the students at Alabama A&M University. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Battle and Ms. Miller. As a quick note, you heard Ms. Miller mention the amenities of this building, and I think it's important to point out that students were actively involved throughout this entire process, from the design of the building to selecting the furniture, as well as other amenities. And so I ask that you give our students a round of applause for their commitment. When I asked Dr. Hugine to come up and deliver the official welcome, I referenced the recipe for success, and the first ingredient being a clear vision. In addition to a clear vision and the recipe of success, it's important to mix passion and belief, followed by a blend of collaboration. Without a doubt, today would not be possible without the collaborative spirit and support of everyone here this afternoon, and those that couldn't be with us. I now invite to the podium Alabama A&M University supporters and advocates as printed in the program to provide remarks, beginning with Dr. Jerome Williams, President Pro Tem of the Alabama A&M University Board of Trustees, followed by Attorney Nichelle Nix, representing Governor Kay Ivey, Mr. John Hamilton, representing Mayor Tommy Battle, Mr. Devin Keith, Huntsville City Councilman, District 1, Mr. Chip Cherry, President and CEO of the Chamber of Commerce, Huntsville-Madison County, a representative from the U.S. Department of Education's HBCU Capital Access Program, and lastly, Mr. Albert Benefield, President of the Alabama A&M University National Alumni Association. Dr. Williams, please come forward.
Thank you, and good afternoon. It's a good-looking crowd out here. It's wonderful. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, those currently on the board and those that preceded this current board that made the decisions to approve the building of this outstanding dormitory. When I was on this campus many years ago, I stayed in Grayson Hall. There were 3 of us to a room designed for 2, plus rows of beds down the hall. Now, I want to say I left A&M because of that, but I didn't. But something like this will make me want to come back, I can tell you that. This is a great, outstanding place. And Congressman Brooks, we were, a number of us in your office, a few months ago. We were well received. Your staff seated us and provided us with refreshments and assured us that you would be supporting us in all of our efforts. We appreciate that. And we should appreciate you and the rest of the Alabama delegation supporting Alabama A&M and the other HBCUs around the nation. Without your support, we would not be able to thrive and survive. And President Hugine, the word is out that A&M is the place for a great education at a great value. So you got to find more space for the increased number of students that will be coming. They're on the way. You've increased enrollment for 5 years in a row. So I think it's going to be continuing. So we're going to need to be doing some more of these groundbreaking ceremonies in the future.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Governor Kay Ivey and the Governor's Office of Minority Affairs, I want to extend a huge kudos to Dr. Hugine and members of the Alabama A&M Board of Trustees for this wonderful occasion and for this beautiful facility. I want to commend Dr. Hugine for his leadership of this fine institution and for all that he's done for Alabama A&M and for having a team of top-notch faculty, staff, and students. Ribbon cuttings at HBCUs are not simply something to be applauded, but as Dr. Hugine said earlier, they're to be celebrated. This is huge. You know, for several decades and for over a century for many, HBCUs have provided a wide array of opportunities for future leaders and just paved the way for excellence for students of color who may or may not have had that opportunity. And so we should be celebrating all of that. As an HBCU graduate myself, I know that HBCUs face their fair share of challenges, but they do have many accomplishments. And it hurts my heart that we are losing one HBCU. In recent news that we heard that one of our HBCUs will be closing its doors. And it does more than just sadden myself and all of our community. It truly hurts. It hurts because we know that this is something that's going to be a lasting hurt for that community and for the state of Alabama as a whole. So we must do more to come together and celebrate, ribbon cuttings and accomplishments such as these. And it also shows that we must do more to be our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper, and be protective of our treasured institutions and HBCUs in Alabama. It truly takes a village, and there's strength in numbers. And Governor Ivey, through the Governor's Office of Minority Affairs, stands ready to be a partner in this effort to bolster all of our HBCUs, in addition to Alabama A&M. We're here to be a member of that village, which is your village, our village, and it's the HBCU village. So again, congratulations to Dr. Hugine, and let's make plans to do more of these. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's a real honor and privilege to come here to represent Mayor Battle and more importantly the citizens of Huntsville in celebrating this great event. And it's great to see so many leaders from throughout the community and supporters of A&M here to celebrate this day. Our educational institutions are such an incredibly important part of the fabric of our community, and we pride ourselves on being a growing, vibrant community. And we would not be able to say that, we would not be able to take pride in that if our educational institutions were not also vibrant, growing institutions here within our community. So to come and celebrate this great day, the groundbreakings are fun, but the ribbon cuttings are exponentially better. It's an enjoyable day to come and celebrate this. Dr. Hugine and to the board, thank you for your leadership. This would not happen without great leaders. And we know that you have made a substantial impact on this campus, and we expect that you'll continue to do that in the future. So it's a real honor and privilege to come here and thank you, and to celebrate with this community this great accomplishment. Thank you.
Well, all right, here we are again, Dr. Hugine. Cutting something, celebrating something. Just being excited on the campus on Normal Hills at Alabama A&M. And let me tell you, it never gets old. I am extremely proud of the board and the administration, and I want to say that from the bottom of my heart. Now, I don't want to age myself, but about 6 years ago, I was worried about where I was going to stay in a residential house. And I want to say, I truly believe this is a home. You said it earlier, you're looking to help leave a legacy, but I would argue the board, the administrative staff, yourself are trying to lead a legacy. So my hat's off to everybody who was involved in the project, as I know a number of students, even close to my own home, who will be living in this housing residential hall. They can truly feel not only that they are attached to Alabama A&M, but attached to the city of Huntsville as well. So let us continue, as many have said. And in every way, the city of Huntsville, on behalf of my colleague who is here as well, Will Culver, we look to be a partner in any of the continued growth at Alabama A&M. Thank you.
Good afternoon. One of my favorite passages in the Bible is, without vision, the people will perish. And I think there's a great corollary here. Without vision, we will not prosper. And the 8 years that it took to get this to where it is today shows a great deal of vision on the behalf of Dr. Hugine, his team, and the board of the university. And the fact that the students were engaged in helping design what this facility looks like and how it functions is also an indication of great vision. And we greatly appreciate the vision that you and your team and the board has, and look forward to helping you celebrate many more of these in the future. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. On behalf of my colleagues at the U.S. Department of Education, Rice Financial Products, and Bryant Miller Olive, I'd like to say to the A&M family, well done. You have been nothing short of an amazing partner, and I emphasize partner. And just as an example, when I informed my staff that I was coming down here for the ribbon ceremony, I learned something. What I learned from the junior members of the staff, they yelled out, "You're going to the Unicorn?" The Unicorn? Well, yeah, in their academic background and preparation, they heard about projects that came on time and under budget, but they had never seen one, before. So they had actually named this, the Unicorn. But what I want to tell you is that this is amazing. Not the facility, but what it represents. For a lot of our students, this is the first time that they've been the center and focus of the academic experience. The student experience that you're providing that's going to allow them to find their voice, to grow intellectually and spiritually, that's what makes A&M special. And I made a promise to you a while ago, which was when I'm on your campus, I represent the U.S. Department of Education and all of my colleagues that I just mentioned. But when I leave your campus, I'm your advocate.